I did not know the game would actually let you save on Chocobo back. Good. But also, we are... Hey, Sanai! We are finally going to fight this fucking Gigantor. Hey, Marcus! How's it going? And by fight the Gigantor, I mean mostly just, like, grind it out in the turtliest strategy possible, because, god, this fight's a pain in the ass. Hey, Sari! Is that a different... Have they now been upgraded? They might be the tougher version. Thank you, I'm glad you appreciated it. I hope that a higher resolution video will be available soon. But I would guess that the conference organisers are taking a well-deserved weekend off. If there is a new version, it will require some editing to assemble. Thank you, Oda. That's very considerate of you. Although, for what it's worth... wait, what? This is the wrong thing. It might be the last stream for a DGC podcast game. It's definitely not the last stream I'm going to be doing under the title of Dead Drawn Alive. Right. Must have changed these. Let's try this again. Hey Sam, welcome back. This, by the way, is going to be the most boring fight ever, because I'm not even going to do paradigm shifts most of the time. Except where healing gets really desperate. Not fully. I've got 5 rolls maxed. The 6th is about... Huh. 10,000 needles can miss. Did you see that? Like, that 10,000 needles was tracing lightning as she was, What am I doing?
Hello.
Hey, Clean! How's it going?
Good. Playing FF12.
That's a good way to be. Yeah, it's a bit sad. Don't, oh, dingus. Vanille, why are you not healing lightning? Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Pay no attention to the weird, unearthly, horrifying sounds in the attic. Everything in the DGC house is just fine.
I mean, like, there's at least 2 floors between me and any attic in this building. I'm not worried.
I'm saying in terms of the DGC house.
Yeah?
Yes.
You have no idea what the floor plan of the DGC house is, Odai. Also, it's good to talk to you again.
Yes. I did have a gander at your stream at your conference, which I did enjoy. But
I'm glad to hear it.
Like I said, don't need to worry about the DGC house. Don't worry about the sounds in the attic. Everything is just fine. I haven't done anything wrong. It's all cool.
Thank you.
Of course.
But other than that, since we're talking like JRPGs, I had a go at I just played like the first bit of Ray Gigant, which is some like JRPG, which is some dungeon crawler. A friend recommended me because he said it's really easy. And
Just getting started.
it's such a Vita game. You know what
I know
mean
exactly
when
what you
I
mean.
say that, right?
Keep the enemy off balance.
Just like this is the exact sort of game if you were somebody who really likes, if you like JRPGs no matter how generic, or you just want something to put on the Vita, then that's it. Yeah, kind of that. As far as I know, it's a dungeon crawler, and battle system is okay, if a little bit weird, and it's all 2D animations that aren't animated, they're just still images, which they look okay, but are kind of lifeless. So, I don't know, I'll see how it goes. But in much older, like, RPG news, I went and got the remaster of The Bard's Tale. So, very excited to I tried it out for a bit and it works fine, so really excited to sit down with that and give that a run through. So, yeah.
Thanks. This'll be fun. Appreciate it.
So what did Gigantor do to you?
Like, humiliate me multiple times on stream, basically? This fight is a
okay.
pain in the ass.
That's fair. Was the reasoning behind it. Oh, yeah, and I've been watching more of the animated series of Golgo 13, which has been an absolute joy, I must be honest.
I don't think I even know that one.
So-
Oh my
Oh,
god, why? Lightning, stop attacking the dude's hand while it's wheeling around like that. It's not an effective technique.
Lightning is very, very stubborn.
Just look. I got 3 hits from 5 in that string.
Thank you.
problem with this fight is that the Cactuar just will not stay provoked.
Right. And I take it when it does get provoked, it doesn't stay there in that state for very long.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Which, like, you're supposed to do this as a DPS race. You're supposed to just hit it really hard and really quickly. But, like, I don't want to have to do that strat. It's just going to be grim.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I
kind of
feel
grinding it down.
Okay. Let's see.
I think what I'm going to do, though, is start switching to Ruin, because the Ruins all hit. They don't do as much damage, because Lightning's magic isn't as high as their attack, but, like... there's less jumping around.
He's just ecstatic. He's just ecstatic to be alive, Becky. That's why he's bouncing around so much.
Well, too bad.
I feel for once the roles between me and you have reversed this time.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
I know, but it's just especially on this occasion.
Oh,
I'm
fuck
just
off.
like, yeah, let Cactuar, let Gigantor be Gigantor. He's spinning around and bouncing about, enjoying life and that, and you're just like, I want him gone. He's just being a pain.
I do want this fight to just be over now.
Since our roles have reversed, let me be the one to ask you the question. Becky, why are you no fun? Yeah.
I never claimed to be fun.
I never claimed to be fun either, but I seem to be the one with the bad rap here.
It's because you don't like dogs enough.
I'm sorry. I like dogs, but I'm not gonna call them that word like everybody else on Twitter does.
Oh, die.
What?
Why do you hate fun?
I just have a different idea of what fun is to the majority of people.
Oh, is that what they're calling it now? Anyway, I beat Cactuar.
Boo.
And got 2 trophies.
Alright, well, that's good. Like I said, I like dogs perfectly fine.
Sounding quite defensive there.
I'm not being defensive.
You are being defensive.
I am not.
I'm trying to work out if that's a Longui. It looks different. I thought the Longuis were actually going to be bigger on the map. I'm going to go to the save point, and how are you supposed to 5-star that fight? You are supposed to just go, like, completely balls to the wall, aggro strats, get a quick stagger, and then melt it. It doesn't have that much HP for a fight at this stage of the game.
Right.
But, yeah, it's a chore. I would be the first to acknowledge that, like, that strat would be a pain in the arse to actually do. Anyway, let's hang on to that stuff for now. Oh god, what did you have equipped? What did you have equipped? Somewhere here. Am I fully upgraded? Earth resistor items, there we go. Let's go with that for now. Paradigens. Start there. Oh, and actually save. Just go see if this is actually a Longui, just so you can see how different they are. I don't think it is.
On your toes.
Oh, it is. Holy shit.
That thing is massive!
That's Longui. That's the level 4 tortoise. And it opened with Ultima. And I don't wish to play that game, frankly.
Oh, wow! Yo! Come on, Becky, fight the turtle!
No.
Why aren't you being fun, Becky? Why aren't you taking on the massive turtle?
I just did! You saw what happened. That's why I'm not trying again.
Why are you no fun, Becky?
We had fun. We had like 5 seconds of fun, and then there was basically nothing to do.
You should have more fun with the turtle.
I think that one's might still be a Adamantoise, I'm not sure. Let's find a Chocobo. Where's the nearest Chocobo? Or a teleport crystal. Actually, we'll be coming back this way.
Alright.
I've got one more hunt to do, and then the hunt unlocks. The last one. Which I'm not going to be able to beat at all.
I see.
You have...
So is this like post-final boss stuff, or is this just the last couple stuff before you take them on?
This is post game. If I went to the final boss now, it'd be a pushover.
Right. So you beat this game already then?
Yes, I completed the game. I think I completed the game in the 13th stream, which is the hell way. There we go.
Huh. Yes, the best bird,
What?
the chocobo.
Yep. I mean, they're pretty good.
I think it was the 12th stream.
Was it the 12th? Okay.
Because I remember being disappointed it wasn't the 13th.
Yeah, well, can't always have what we want.
True. Well, now I'm wondering where the chocobo went off to.
Well, it was only going to book me off once I went into these caves anyway, so...
Oh.
And we need to go into the caves to get the hunt.
Mhm.
I think this is the quickest route. Yeah.
Oh, the Maw of the Abyss. That doesn't sound ominous at all.
Some pretty good place names here and there in this game.
True.
Night, Sam.
See ya, Sam. Somebody's gonna hate me for saying this, but these enemies look like they came right out of Rise of the Robots.
Pass. I will take your word for it. Don't auto support. I need Cerberus.
I'm gonna take that silence as a good thing because yeah,
Well, it means you're not getting roasted, right?
it's yes, that is true. But then at the same time, it's like if I was to go over the story of Rise of the Robots, you lot would then be like, oh god, you know, from like 1994 until now, it shows how little things regarding certain games being hyped just hasn't changed.
Yeah, these things happen.
True, true.
I think I've stumbled for boss because it has a bunch of health bars.
Hellworm? Yeah, it must be Hellworm.
Yes.
There's only 2 bosses that have that, and you have to fight Hellworm first, so it's Hellworm. Hellworm
Good luck
is...
with that,
I
Colleen.
don't think I'm.
Sorry.
Wait, what was it?
I was gonna say, good luck with that, Colleen.
Hellworm's
Another battle.
fairly manageable. It's just a slog. Hellworm is basically Yasmat, but mini. It's got 1/5 the health and less stats and slightly less powerful moves. But it isn't wind elemental, so you can't cheese its flashy attack. Wait, I thought that was... Oh, bollocks, where's the piggin... Oh no, it's over there. Crap. I misremembered. Time for more walking!
Yay!
It's alright. This stream is mostly a walking stream.
Yeah. So then, would it be fair to say this is now the walking simulator part of Final Fantasy XIII?
I mean, like, it is going to be interrupted by encounters when I can't dodge them.
True.
I mean, like, I really think there's an interesting and deep relationship between JRPGs and walking simulators.
Yeah, I could
especially, like, there were a couple of papers actually on walking simulators at the conference that
Change of plan.
made me more convinced that Western academics writing about walking simulators really need to look at JRPGs.
I could see that.
But there was one of the better papers on Japanese games was the one about visual novels, and
Okay.
the claim was basically, there's been a lot of talk relatively recently in game studies about about walking simulators and an appropriately robust history of games would also look at visual novels, kind of talking sims as another kind of game that really reduce the interactivity right down or concentrate on a single verb.
Yeah, yeah.
And it struck me that in the transition between talking simulators and walking simulators, there's a JRPG, which kind of has a bit of both.
Yeah.
And certainly draws extensively on the visual novel tradition in all sorts of interesting ways.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Change of plan.
So I'm
Great. Now,
putting together a giant email to the author of that paper with a list of, like, you should look at these visual novels and maybe also some of these other games.
oh, so that's why you was asking about like
Yep.
games in the Discord. That makes sense. Okay.
I've got some idea of which, because this guy discovered on his own there's a like fan-run visual novel wiki.
Yeah.
Which apparently lists about 2,200 games. Sorry, 22,000 games, which is a hell of a lot, given that
Yeah.
that's almost entirely before year 2000.
Before, bloody hell, yeah, that's a lot. That is flipping hell.
Visual novels are huge, and they were churned out in huge numbers in the
Yeah,
late 80s and
yeah.
in the 90s.
Mhm.
I might be misrepresenting that slightly, actually. It might have been... wait, where the fuck am I going? Not this way.
Yeah, I think Leroy would probably know, and old John would probably know.
Yeah, like, I'm kind of hoping that Leroy will respond whenever he gets up.
When he's not in, like, the Leroy zone. Whatever that is. You know exactly what I'm talking about when I say he's not in the Leroy zone.
Yep. Sometimes we see him. Now,
Sometimes.
will this allow me... This will allow me to jump across the back of Atomos. Cool. But yeah, like, there's... one of the... It's quite funny, like, Game Studies is clearly finally discovering these older Japanese game traditions, because there was also a paper about, like, here's what an otome game is.
Okay.
And an academic, like, this was clearly a fairly queer feminist type scholar giving this paper, and she was explaining to a room full of game studies academics, this is what an otome game is. That was quite fun. And I'm sat there going, like, I have friends who play quite a lot of these things. I'm very familiar with them. But, like, and talking about kind of headcanons and, like, the husbando relationship type stuff. It was really quite funny to just sense the slight frisson of discomfort in the room.
See, you just reminded me of one time in a uni lecture, I think, when I forget what it was, but it must have been sort of like about online fiction or something. And the lecturer, at one point, this is just burned into my mind. He must have opened up a tab on a site, and he linked onto the... No, wait. He linked to the front page of fanfiction.net, and he briefly touched on fanfiction, but deep down I'm thinking, oh god, no, don't go any further with this. There lies madness.
I mean, no hate on fanfiction as a practice, but, like, fanfiction.net is a weird space.
Yes, that's it. It's not even fanfiction. It's just, oh god, he's on the site.
Now, this area is like a post-game area, so I might be about to get my ass kicked doing this. That should be right.
These things.
Birds, as this is what all birds other than chocobos look like in Final Fantasy XIII. This game is occasionally fucking weird.
So vaguely human and dancing. Okay, I guess whoever was in charge of enemy designs must have watched a video of cranes doing their mating dance and was like, I know what I can do.
I mean, I kind of feel like that, yeah. Like, but there are. I'm pretty sure there are folklore representations that these are pulling from.
Yeah.
Right. Sir Nitra, this should not be terribly difficult, although I will probably underestimate it and get at least part of my face partly melted. Or spat on, more likely. Sir Nitra spit a lot.
Well...
In the words of Seymour, it is unpleasant.
Seymour.
He is also unpleasant.
Unpleasant and just really stupid looking. Look, understand. I don't have the harsh opinions on 10. Well, it's been a long time since I've really been in touch with 10, but that is a character design that is hard to forget for not very good reasons.
Pretty much.
It's in the same way how it's hard to forget Walker's hair and how he goes, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, Waka is not a particularly good design. I mean, Waka's like the situation with Waka is very like the situation with Saz, right? It's like it'd be really, really good if Japanese games could stop doing shit like this, but
yeah.
But I mean, like Seymour is just your classic Final Fantasy queer-coded villain with PS2 resolution rather than PS1, and it's very, very silly. Like, he's better written than most of them, though.
This is true.
Once you actually get down to like where he's coming from.
Yeah, that's true. So, just a thought that's just occurred to me. Are you and Devon gonna be going back to like going through the Tales games at any chance?
I don't know. I mean, Vesperia remaster is going to come out, and I'm definitely going to stream that, like top to bottom, probably, quite possibly multiple playthroughs. Where's this fucker that I'm going to? Oh, hang on. I think it's from this one. I don't know about like working through the whole series. That sounds like setting us up for a lot of work. But I do have some of the games I still want to play or replay.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarnai.
No, Sarnai. We are not going back to Legendia. God. That horrible, stupid game. Legendia is not fun.
No, but
That's
streaming
nonsense.
Legendia for an audience of you is extremely fun.
Yeah, just because you want to hear me groan for the entirety of it.
Yep, your long groaning is music to my ears. The cabbage in my sauerkraut. Why am I like buffing on a trash fight?
I don't know what. No, what I'd like to know is why is there cabbage in your sauerkraut?
Actually, again, cabbage would be fine. It's less no. No, cabbage in sauerkraut would actually be fine.
Okay.
Had the most like authentically Danish thing I had while I was in Denmark was a hot dog with like lime pickled cabbage as the topping, which was it was surprisingly nice actually. Like,
oh God, no! It's real. I'm so glad Sam isn't here because I think he'd be losing his mind as well as me.
Thank you.
No, I don't hate Is that gonna be the catchphrase now when I appear in chat? Is why do I hate fun?
I mean, you set us up for it. Uh-oh.
Here.
This fight's off to a flying start. I invested rather too much energy in buffing up, I think.
You never have too many buffs.
Well, the problem is that this guy just strips buffs straight off you.
Right.
Uh-oh. This could be bad. This could be very bad. Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's definitely getting very bad very quickly.
Yep. I told you I'd underestimate this fight.
Better luck next time. Oh yeah, I don't think I did tell you this, Becky, but I think it was either last week or the week before I was at the London Play Expo, which was basically this convention where you could play a whole bunch of like different arcade games, and like there was a whole bunch of arcade cabinets, there was pinball cabs, you could buy a bunch of different, there was stalls there was a whole section where you could play like a bunch of different systems, some of them going back to like early PC stuff like the BBC Micro and things like that, up until like the original Xbox. And I had a good time. I mean, the worst moment was when I got to finally play Outrun on cab and I completely bottled it. But yeah, but otherwise, let's see, I got to play. Yeah, there was a bunch of different games, like Tempest and Mappy and what else? The original Robotron. Like some games, I could say now, finally getting to play them on cab, it's a lot better. It's a lot better of an experience. And also, just because I remember I brought this up last time I went to a con, I got to play a bit on the Virtual Boy again.
Nice.
But this time, instead of 3D Tetris, they had Mario Tennis. Which, I'll say this, Mario Tennis, from how it handled, could have been fun, but the problem is, I couldn't really see where the ball was going. So,
that would be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because, hey, red and black for a tennis game, not very good.
Get up there, Lightning. There we go.
Also, yep, things look to be going well, but also, in terms of RPG stuff, I'm not sure if anybody will be surprised by this, but like they had a bunch of computers there, and one of them had Diablo 2 on there, which is a game that I've never I know of it, but I've never really jumped at the chance to play it. And then I did sit down and play it, and god damn it, from the little bit of time I had, I've now got it on my laptop. So yeah, I hope certain people who don't shut up about that game are happy now. And it's funny because it's a Blizzard game, and I know, even if I'm not somebody who's played Blizzard games, I know what to look and expect of those games. I don't really care for the story, but the way combat works in that game is like appealing in a way that's like it's really enthralling, and it kind of appeals to the lazy ass. Well, not so much the lazy ass in me, but like somebody, as much as certain hardcore gamers don't want to believe it, you can get exhausted of like really complex fighting game mechanics. So fighting game-esque mechanics.
Yeah.
So with this one, it's just clicking your mouse over and over.
Yeah.
And then maybe sometimes switching it up. It's like, yeah, this is appealing.
It's always, I think, been celebrated for being a pretty kind of chill game. Although, like, Diablo 3 has some side on it with all the like social stuff and kind of MMOE stuff.
That I'm considering maybe playing that when I'm done with this one, but I'll admit it's been a while since I last went back to it. But I gotta say, from what I've played of Diablo 2, music is nice. Surprisingly a lot more atmospheric than I expected it to.
Yeah, I think that was one of the big kind of appeals, right? Is that that's like atmosphere is something that works quite well with the more chillish sort of games. Anyway, I've
Yeah.
done 63 of the 64 hunts. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the end of the world and pick up the 64th hunt and come all the way back here. Something I really like. I noticed that I really like is that the stone for the last hunt is right at the end of Erba where you fight Bart 2, and the hunt where the fight is located is pretty much as far from that as you can get to by walking in the game. Like, it's the longest distance in the game. So I'm going to walk and see how long it takes, because I'm curious about shit like that.
Of course. So, yeah, if you haven't played, I'll say this, if you haven't played Diablo 2, give it a go, even if it's just for, for combat reasons. It's quite enjoyable.
I'm pretty sure I played that in a demo, like, when it first came out.
Probably. Oh, and if you wanna know what class I'm playing as a necromancer. So, go ahead and make all the jokes you want.
Don't know if I've got any necromancer jokes. Get away from me. I hope my dodges go this well making my way back through it, but this is going suspiciously well. God, this area is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Get on the stairs, Lightning. It is beautiful, but also it's a little bit awkward in places.
I think I'm roughly a third through Hellworm's HP.
Huzzah! You could always
I didn't
pause
think
the
I
fight.
was actually going to be able to fight it at this point.
It's mostly just a slog. It does get a bit tougher towards the end, but like, how's your stock of gold needles?
A stock of what?
Gold needles for petrify. I think it does a lot of petrify.
I have like 99 of every healing thing.
Okay. You will probably want to switch from spell-based from spell-based status removal to
Just attack-based.
to item-based. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry.
That's probably a good idea.
Oh, yeah, Colleen, I might as well ask, because this just popped in my head. How is GameCube?
I'm sorry, it cut out when you asked
Oh,
something.
it's a shame. It was actually a good joke. Would I asked after your husband?
Hold on, I'm gonna reset my internet because
Okay.
Discord, or just like everyone keeps parts.
Ah, god damn it! I was like 2 steps from the end of the fucking bridge. These fucking burbs.
I'm sorry, but let the birds do as birds do.
And be jerks, you mean?
Technically, yes.
Get away from me! Here we go.
Oh, and I forgot to say, I spent the last couple days lazing around and watching a Harvest Moon LP.
That sounds like kind of peak relaxation.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Colleen, you're back.
Yeah, people were using the internet, so I guess
Yeah.
I'll just deal for now.
Yeah. Well, to repeat what I asked you last time, how's GameCube doing?
Oh. GameCube's fine. Fun. Hey, one thing that I wish they'd frickin' change is that if your healer is out of range to heal your actually move.
Right, here
Whether
goes.
Vaughn's just like in the corner doing nothing.
Yeah, that sounds like a pain in the arse.
Starting at 47:30 on the stream clock, and we are going to walk all the way to the other end of the world. Or jog, I guess.
Okay.
Getting in as few encounters along the way as we can. Which is probably not no encounters.
Yeah. Well, if you've got like a stop clock or something to keep time.
Well, I've got OBS up, and it's got a time live, and I just went from a convenient start point, which I realise I should actually note down because I'll forget it otherwise.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but there's something about this broken down, dilapidated bridge that is giving me flashbacks of Shadow Hearts.
I can kind of see that, I guess. Like the railway is in some sense a signal of oldness, and this is obviously not just a railway, but a beat up abandoned railway.
Whereas in Shadow Hearts, considering the time at which the game is set, railways are a big symbol of newness, and we can transport to parts of countries that we never looked before, and almost also the flattening of the world, where places that seemed so much further away actually became closer and all that.
Yep. The cult of speed.
Indeed.
It's fun. Like, obviously, this week's been the first time I've flown in a very long time, and I understand the cult of speed way better on an aircraft that is just about to lift off than at any other time.
Yep. Yep. Right with you there.
And then I understand what's wrong with it just as the wheels are about to touch down again.
Yeah. Oh well, one encounter.
I mean, there's going to be more than one, because we've got to go through the caves again.
True. Oh, also I had cake today.
Damn you. Although, saying that, I got a dessert with my pizza takeout last night. I ate far too much fucking pizza last night. I had a pizza, 2 sides, and a dessert.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some true gluttony right there.
I mean, I was celebrating my conference successes. It's allowed.
Yes, it is allowed. It is allowed. And thankfully, I wasn't there in the back to start yelling at you questions about Samoyeds and the concept of reality in regards to waifus, like nerds and their adoration with Hatsune Miku. I mean, for the conference, that would be a very appropriate question, but still.
I can't wait for game studies to catch up to Hatsune Miku. That'd be amazing. That would be so good.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see what the call for papers for next year is when it comes out.
Of course.
I'll see if the problem is I don't really know enough about Hatsune Miku to write a paper on her, but I'll find some other meme to write about.
Sure. I'm sure Saori could probably do one.
I think there are better candidates than that. I'll get Ted to write one. It'll be fine. Still haven't heard back about the paper Ted and I wrote together.
Oh. What was your paper about?
The one I wrote with Ted was about memory and narrative. So it was like a the Ted would be the best possible person to write about Miku. You know it. You know you want to see a Ted Lee Hatsune Miku paper. Yeah, basically what we were arguing in the paper was that there's this idea that a healthy self is a self that is narrative. You know, you tell some kind of story about yourself as a therapeutic thing, and what we were basically saying was, no, this depends on your individual psychology. It might be that narrative is a kind of convenient middle ground that works for most people, but depending how your memory works, and I'm at one extreme because I'm a really visual rememberer, and Ted's at the opposite because he's got basically no visual memory. We were pointing out, like, narrativity might just not work for us. Now, where's the lift? I can't ever remember where the lift down Tajin's Tower is. Oh, it might be that. It might just be this one. And God willing, we're going to write another paper on that topic.
Yay!
At some point, along with all the other papers I've got to write.
Which I imagine there is a lot of papers.
Yeah, well, like, at the conference I met a guy, and he gave a really interesting paper about the hero's journey. And
okay.
I came up with some examples of games. Like, he said, I'm not aware of games that do X. And I was like, well, yeah, what about these games? And he sort of went, oh, that's interesting. That's actually really helpful. Do you want to write a paper together about it? So tomorrow I have to write him an email saying, you know, fuck off, Managama. Dogs are good, but also, please leave me alone.
Just wants to play.
It does indeed just want to play, but playing will not end well for it. Also, they have bad breath.
So I've just figured out the silliest way to recover a lot of MP really quick,
What would that be?
and it's to decoy White Mage Vaughn. That way Hellworm will invert Vaughn, he'll die, but he'll come back with full MP.
Yep, get used to just invert being the best thing an enemy can ever do for you.
Which is funny, because I hated it when Capullen did it. But,
Yeah, like,
oh,
on that fight it doesn't work so well.
yeah, because you immediately die from the sap, poison,
Yeah.
field effects.
Yeah, Kuchulain is a fucking bastard of a fight. It's one of the hardest in the game. But it is easier if you realise that there are disable-proof accessories. Which
So yeah, who's this
Wouldn't really-
Ted person?
Ted Lee, like, he's at Teo on Twitter. He's I like yell at him a lot. Oh, go away, fucking burbs.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna drop off. So
Okay,
I've had my time on the stream, and
it was fun.
hope you make that full walk.
I'm sure I shall.
Yeah. See you.
Good night. So that's 3 encounters.
Halfway through Hellworm?
Hooray! will you beat Hellworm before I get to Vercingetorix? Almost certainly, actually. What level are you at, by the way?
Like... Now, the next story thing I have is to unlock Eurovegan.
Oh wow, that's
I'm almost out of option.
That's pretty early to be doing Hellworm, actually.
Stuff to do.
That's pretty early to be doing Hellworm. Good work.
Let's see.
Right, so
What I have, I have the whole Chaos Dungeon.
oh yeah.
There's, I was gonna do Gilgamesh, but there's like level 60.
Yeah, like
the Lucio mines.
there's in the Lucio mines. You can also, if you started the Fun Coast Hunt Club quest, also the pretty much the hardest rare game spawns in the last area there, and Disma will eat your face. Like, even on level, Disma will eat your face very, very quickly. But the other stuff down there will also eat your face. The Chaos Dungeon is less tough than that, but there are still a few areas that are grim. Probably gonna have to fight these fish. Yep.
Time for another approach. Change of plan. As if there was any doubt.
Vanille's still managing to end up completely dazed and confused at the end of that fight.
59 gold needles left, and I went to go check.
Yep. So I think that's 4 encounters so far. And we're on the go for about 12 minutes. Now I have to remember, excuse me, which side of Atomos I want to be disembarking on. I think by default it puts you on the wrong side now. Right, that's the thing. So I've come through this way once already today. I know where I'm going. This is going to be unavoidable. I've still never found a way to dodge these two.
New strategy.
So this will be the 5th encounter. I thought about doing this in such a way as I'd fight all the encounters along the way, and see if that would bump me up to the end of the Crystarium, but I think that would have been a bad idea. Why can bombs move so fast? It's stupid.
New strategy.
6 encounters. Ah, almost made it.
That's how it's done.
We don't want to take a turn here because that's a dead end.
Change of plan.
These can be good and give me a gap. No. Is that 9 now? Fucking hell. These tunnels. Also, all that grinding I did, I didn't get a single rare drop from the tortoises. I killed like 30, 40 of the fuckers. And you need at least one rare drop to be able to upgrade to ultimate weapons. The lack of which is one of the main reasons that I will not actually win the fight with Vercingetorix. That's coming up on 20 minutes, isn't it? Oh! I was not expecting to get behemouthed.
Here we go. New strategy.
I think that makes 9 encounters. And I'm just going to check whether this is Longui or Zhao Longui. If I can catch up to it. The problem with giant creatures having legs this long is that they move at a fair lick. That's not Zhao Longui. Oh, it's just an Aranto, it's okay. I wonder if that one in the distance is Zhao Longui, because it's got different stuff on its shell. And I think that's how you're supposed to tell them apart. Sheep. Is this Zhao Longui, or is it just another Adamantoise? Just another Adamantoise, I think. Oh no, it's Longui.
We can win.
Think you might have to kill Longui before Zhao Longui will spawn. Which is sad, because I don't think there's any way I'm going to manage to kill one of those things.
Took me until the almost at the final quarter mark to remember to turn on my protect and shell gambit.
They will help. They will help.
I guess this a small gambits, or well, it's only a me issue really, is that I tend to just have like one like general set, and I don't them per encounter very often.
That's what I really like about the game, is finding the one set that works for everything, or at least for everything except a few very specialized things. And the same with this. I much prefer to have one paradigm deck that works for everything.
Well, like the way I have it set up is like really inefficient. It's like every type of element spell foe that's weak to it, and it's like it could probably just remove like most of those
Maybe.
and actually put like healing things.
You should probably put some healing gambits in.
Like I
Please tell me you're not manually
Well,
healing
well,
everything.
No.
Good.
Only using Chronos tiers though for like 3/4 of this fight.
I mean, like, that's the best way to handle stop, to be honest. It's too annoying. God, have you even done the Behemoth King fight yet?
No.
Right, because you're supposed to do Fenrir, Behemoth King, Hellworm, Yasma in that order. Each one of them builds on the previous one. So when you get to Behemoth King, it'll probably feel pretty manageable.
Change of plan.
Not counting the turtles, I think that makes 10? Or was the Behemoth 10? You know, I'm approaching half an hour of this already. I need to go back to FF12 and do this exercise for that as well. Obviously more of FF12's world is walkable in one go. Because you can do Balfenheim to... I guess it's Balfenheim to Mount Baromeses is the longest walk, or to Still Shrine. Which is a walk I've done before.
Easy.
Let's call that 12 encounters to this point. It's about right. Go away, don't do it. Thank you. Yikes. Oof. Okay, good. I think from here we go up this way. This is the bit where I get a bit lost. Ah. 13. That's half an hour. This is the bit where it splits in two directions. So I can take either path. $14.
Be ready for the next fight.
Get out, level 15. Completely misguessed where these guys were going to go. Ah, 16.
Change of plan. Eat this. Eat this. Well, that wasn't scary at all.
And here, suddenly bathed in an ominous purple tinge, is the target location. Oh god, if the Seath guarding it leveled up, that would suck. Please tell me that's not a Ractivigia.
Thank you.
No, it's not.
Make this easy. Thanks.
Woof, 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 woof.
Change of plan. Keep the enemy off balance. Eat this. Be ready for the next fight.
At least the XP down here is a bit more promising. No, get away from me, damn it. 18.
Here we go.
There are 4 of these guys.
Don't sweat it.
Yes, there are.
Nervous? Stay down. Eat this.
Uh-oh, incoming arrow. Lightning so high level, she's just casually standing in a tornado. Stop wailing, wretched creatures. God, that was a chore. Still full marks though. Can probably get around the others by going this way. And let's call that there at 124.15. 10. So that's 13 plus 24 is 37 minutes, just shy of 37 minutes, with 18 encounters. And I made enough enough XP for 2 nodes of the Crystarium for most characters.
Does all Hellworm do is spam rake at us?
Yeah, he just goes mad, basically. Just poke, 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 poke.
Okay. Invert. I don't think it's gonna work anymore. They do have a lot of ethers though, so probably.
Now this is interesting. Snow needs about 125,000 CP to max out. Everyone else, I am pretty sure, needs an extra 60,000 on top of that. Anyway, let's see what the Vercingetorix fight holds. I'm not going to be able to win this, but we might as well see how long I last.
We can win if we stay focused. Don't back down. Keep it together. It'll be okay. Let's make this easy. Don't sweat it. Keep a cool head. Take it. New strategy.
Impenetrable aura, huh?
Down. Shield.
Wonder what he's doing in there. Spriting buffs by the look of things.
Eat this. Eat this.
I haven't actually Libred him. Let's actually stagger him this time. Hopefully.
Hello.
Hello, Devon. How are you?
I just got finished recording 3 hours of anime podcast.
Dang.
It's taking around, but
Anyway, I'm fighting Vercingetorix, which is fun.
oh, mercy have mercy.
Yeah, I'm not going to win, but...
Let's make this.
I'd not even maxed out in the Crystarium. Of course I'm not going to win.
Isn't this the one where the
I'm-
one? Go ahead.
I'm apparently way early in
Yeah.
Final Fantasy XII.
Fun.
Whoops, wrong paradigm. Infiltration.
I think this is one of the super bosses. Yeah.
This is, like, there's this and there's Xiaorongui. Oh my god, with the impenetrable auras. I think I'm probably missing something. Mechanics wise. No, this one is more Yasmat. Omega is is Xiaolongui.
I'm glad that fucking Google thinks so much of me that when I Google Vercingetorix, I get like the historical figure. It's wrong, but
Oh, he's up to the extra pair of wings now.
Keep a cool head. Thanks.
I guess I did do this fight, but I don't remember.
Hmm. It's going better than I expected, but also the heals are kind of ridiculous, and I can tell that he's already really starting to have the better of me.
Steady now.
Also,
Here.
you're mixing up which Longui is the big one. The big one is just Longui.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, because I was fighting
Xiao-
Longuis earlier, and the Xiaolongui looks like is the one that's placed further away from you.
Xiaolonguis are weaker. Like, they're only 10.8 mil. I just looked it up because that seemed wrong.
I'm confused.
Longuis have the tusks, Xiaolongus don't.
Steady now.
Hmm.
That fucked me up too. Don't worry, like, this is not a unique point of confusion. I was just like, I thought the Xiaolonguis were... No, it is... The Longuis are the scary ones.
It got
I
me.
mean, they're both scary.
I got to the third pair of wings. I'm happy.
We could roll do that though, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I switched from healing paradigm to buff paradigm just as it went off, which, yeah. But I'm so close to completing the Crystarium that I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Get them Chivos. Lightning is such a bad synergist at this stage in the game.
I think what I was doing, like, I had done the fucking stupid grind to get all the tetratic tiaras for all the buffs forever. So I didn't need to have a buffing phase.
Yeah.
That certainly helps.
Yeah, I can imagine that would help.
Instead of being responsible and playing Final Fantasy XIII myself, I'm gonna play fucking Monster Hunter, because of course I am.
Lol.
It's fine. I'll play fucking 30 hours of this game eventually. I got 2 weeks.
True, true. I was in the wrong paradigm. Finish him.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Oh shit. Oh, Lightning's even further away from finished than I thought, actually. Lightning's got 240... 360 that she needs. Fang needs... about 1800. Neil needs about 1800. Saz needs 24. What have I got left to do? I've got obviously Vercingetorix. I've got fight Longui or Zalongui or whatever it is, and complete the Crystarium. All ultimate. There's an achievement for.
All items.
Yeah, which, lol, that's not happening. In all my grinding, I didn't get a single trap.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, so Snow only needs 120,000. Most of the others need about 180,000. Saz needs a tiny bit more than that, and Lightning needs almost twice that much. And I haven't missed any XP for any character, so that's representative. And I think it's interesting, isn't it, that Lightning is that little bit further from complete.
It's almost like this game's mechanics are synergistic with its plot and themes.
Yeah. And maybe it does make sense that it got some sequels. Oh, get out the way, please.
If it's raining in the Rotten Vale, this cannot smell good.
Oh. What an
The
unpleasant
entire fucking zone is made of the skeletons of dead monsters.
Yeah, that would smell bad. Right, so this is definitely Longui that I'm fighting. I thought that Longui, when you fought it in the actual battle arena, it made it put the monster model much further away from the party when they start than this.
Nope.
He's gonna ultimate me and I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's about it.
Change of plan. You'll make it.
Uh, fucking, it's horrifying to think about, but I had these things on fucking farm.
Yep.
Keep the enemy off balance. It'll be okay. Don't sweat it.
Show me the legs, game. I need to be able to watch its legs so I can do that.
Keep it together. Thanks. Let's make this easy. Don't back down. Thank you. It'll be okay.
Camera, why do you keep twitching? What the fuck? Oh, that was wrong. That was not quick enough.
Woof, that camera twitch is off-putting.
Let's summon and see how far we do. Whoops, wrong.
Okay, that's the last bone I need. I'm really glad that you can just fucking knock it down with a summon.
Yeah, it's
Like, that's a weird caveat, but I like it.
it's a cool little addition to the mechanics. I still haven't Libra'd this thing, you know.
At this point in Monster Hunter World, I am at the point where I need to kill 3 Elder Dragons. Again.
Fun.
Shake the ground. Hiya. Shake the ground.
There is not a cat in hell's chance that
Charge.
I am actually gonna kill this guy in one stagger.
Now.
Nope.
The storm is here.
Even if I was controlling Fang and had High Wind available.
Until next time. Eat this. Eat this.
But let's see how far we can go.
Eat this. Keep the enemy off balance.
He's gonna get up before much longer. I like that the sounds they add for this are like snoring, basically.
Keep the enemy off balance.
Man, he's still down.
Time for another approach. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, he takes a bit after unstaggering to get back up.
Here we go. Oh no.
Keep it together. Thanks.
I shall use this opportunity to buff the fuck up. I suppose I could
Before
also...
you get stomped the fuck down.
Yep. Well, presumably he's about to Ultima. Or Raw.
He has Quake, which is just his normal stompy move.
Change of plan.
What have I actually got him at now? A quarter of the way. Fucking hell.
Yep, seems about right.
No, I didn't want to do that.
Time for another approach. Dagger. Change of plan.
Fuck, no, I went to the wrong fucking... Ah, okay. Quake is manageable because it's earth damage and I have massive earth protections on.
Yep.
Keep the enemy off balance. Stay calm.
Catch that near stagger, please.
Time for another approach. It'll be okay. Keep the enemy off balance.
Let's see if we can at least take out the leg.
Change of plan. Thanks. Time for
Can't even take out the legs in a single stagger.
Yeah.
Fucking...
I think... Oh man. Now I remember part of what my thing was for this fucking fight. It's immune to death, but... And this is a fun but... if you cast death on it while it's knocked down, and then before death procs, swap it over to commando, it can proc for 1,000,000 damage.
Well, he just ultimated me for 57,000, so the point is moot.
Splorge.
Yep. I think that will do for Final Fantasy XIII, except for if I can find something left that I can actually grind on to get my Crystarium maxed, which won't make for edifying viewing. So, tomorrow or maybe Tuesday, depending, I will make a start on FF13 too.
And sometime this week I'm gonna start The Witcher. Ugh.
Right, that's right. There are 4 Longui.
Yep.
Oh wait, where's Xiaolongui? Is that the new...
You just ran past one.
That's a Xiaolongui, okay.
Yeah, Xiaolongui is the little ones.
approach. Here we go. Thank you. Thanks. Keep the enemy off balance. Don't sweat me.
Damage is real though, Jesus.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's make this easy. Cheers. You'll make it. Thank you. Here we go.
Jesus. And Xiaolongui don't have legs, right?
Yep.
Okay. So no benefit to summoning then.
I don't think so.
Easy. Pathetic. 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 Hate this.
Uh-oh, incoming Ultima.
Come on then. You'll make it.
Did I actually stagger it? I did too, that's really annoying. Oh no, I didn't.
Here we Change of plan. Don't back down. Here we go. Time for another approach. Thanks. Don't sweat it.
Oof. Really, Bay and Quake.
Yep.
Thank you.
What I need to do here, techniques, renew.
We can get through this.
Wrong, no, wrong one. Come on.
Enemy off balance. Change of plan. Time for another approach. Keep the enemy off balance. Here we go.
Please undaze. Thank you.
Change
Okay, this one I might be able to beat though.
Thanks.
fucking turtle is really going to do Bay and Quake together. Lovely.
Yep.
Time for another approach.
Yeah, got the Plunder Blade.
Woo, yeah, I don't know what this means, but cool.
It means my cat can throw a boomerang and steal shit off monsters.
Incoming Ultima. And it killed me.
Yeah, seems about right.
Well, I'm gonna call it there for tonight, I think. That's been 2 hours of streaming. Thank you for the company, and see you in the sequel.
Yep.
Good.